This is the Red Over reaction to Barnsley's 2-1 win at the Pirelli Stadium against Burton Albion. We've got the usuals in, plus Tracy, who's in a lovely different setting today in Spain. So an international show today, more than anything else. Let's get stuck into it. So, Al, you were there yesterday. What did you reckon to it? Because not entirely convincing performance, but there's two ways of looking at it. Not a convincing performance, but coming away with 3 points is normally a sign of a good side. But I feel like we said that all last season.
Start off with a great smash and grab at Pirelli Stadium. We started off poorly. We couldn't keep ball. We're struggling. And then Martin Devaney, Luca Connell went down. And then Martin says to our keeper, Selena, he did that. So he went down. So that were good, buying a bit of time. And then they all went to touchline and then sorted it out a bit. And we started playing better. And then we got that free kick, didn't we? Lucas free kick. What a free kick that was. Straight into the bottom left-hand corner. Lifted spirits. You know, because it was a dour game, really dour game. And when you look at stats, they had 63% possession. We only had 37%. We had more shots on target than them. And then we come out second half and you're thinking, can we hold on to a 1-0 victory after two poor results in a week? It can't be three, can it? And we knew Burton were draw specialists anyway, weren't they? So they were never going to lie down. And they got a goal on 88 minutes. And we're thinking, oh, no. We've wasted this totally. But they come out fighting. And what a ball across to be headed in by our new number 44. Not Devante Cole, was it? And
You'd have missed.
And there it is. 3 points. I will getting there. Don't worry. I will getting there.
Who's our number 44, Al?
Humphreys.
Lad.
Not Devante Cole. You see where I was going there. And the crowd went wild. And we pinched 3 points. I'm not saying it was deserved, because I don't think it was, but you take it, don't you? You take these results and you move on. Third, 3 points behind Birmingham and top at league Wrexham. Who'd have thought it?
Yeah, this is a little bit of a word in a minute, Tracy, because obviously we've had a couple of games now where we've not entirely been great, but we've come away with points. You look at the league table; it looks quite healthy, but we are one of the only sides to have played 7 as well. So a little bit of a false position at the minute. But yesterday was just a little bit. I don't know. One of them games where you thought it'd be a little bit more convincing, but I suppose a couple of mitigating factors of 3 games in a week. One of those were away at Man United, which was a majority of the first team chasing shadows for 90 minutes, which is going to take it out legs, and Burton had a full week to rest as well.
Yeah, I mean, everything beforehand was we've got out of our system, we're going to start positive. I even saw Luke being interviewed pretty much half an hour before the game, and he was like, put it to bed and everything, we're up for this. And then I was thinking, yeah, they're going to go from the off here and, we're going to put them under caution. Quite the opposite, really. We looked exactly like we finished at Man United. We looked lethargic, sort of unmotivated. I don't know. It just, you're thinking, this is just a pattern reoccurring now, Stevenage, and then this, and then obviously Burton. So, yeah, I were a bit, first half was poor. But as Al said, the Luca Connell free kick was a set piece. It worked. It was a good free kick. I'm not sure their keeper should have done better, but we'll give it to Luca. It was a good free kick. And yeah, it's second half we were much better. It was playing sort of more positively, seemed to have a lot more purpose to our play. And I thought, there was only going to be one winner. And then obviously we're Barnsley, aren't we? So we have to make things interesting. And I mean, that goal were poor, very poor I thought, to concede. I thought defensively we did all right, but that goal was very poor. And, I saw Mark Roberts waving his hands around, going berserk when they scored it. But I did think, well, you were marking him, Mark. So, I mean, the cross was, there were no one near the guy that crossed the ball, no one near him. However, he was marking the centre forward that scored, or centre half, I don't know who scored. But yeah, I did think he was a bit bit naive there, waving his hands around when I'm thinking, maybe have a look at yourself there. And he might have a look at himself when he watches it back.
He was
But,
flat-footed, Tracy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Robbo, flat-footed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't single out players and criticise, but I think he's looking a little bit of his age, to be honest. And he's, his pace sometimes shows, and towards the end, he's playing a lot of minutes. And you look at last season, he didn't hardly play any. So I think he's doing all right. I'm not, but I think, and but yeah, then we came back and we showed some character and some bottle, which is exactly what Darryl Clark has been quite openly saying for the last few days, that we were flaky, we were this, we were that, we got no backbone, etc. We weren't willing to die on the pitch, and I won't go that far, so they want to die on the pitch, but they showed some bottle, and good ball from O'Keefe, and yeah, great header. I mean, would we be moaning had it been a free kick the other way? Because he was, but is this Norwood reincarnated? Everything about Humphreys reminds me of when Norwood came, like the fact that he doesn't look particularly fit, although he's clearly got a good frame around him. And he said himself, Clark said he needs more time, but he's obviously knows his stuff. He's going to be, he's going to cause some problems. He's going to be a fan favourite, I can tell, because he's a nuisance. There's other words I think we could use. It's a family show, so we won't. But yeah, he's going to be a thorn in some teams' side him, and I think I quite like him. And the fact he said he was going to knee slide when he scored the winner, and he did. So yeah, fair play to him. He came on and caused some problems. So yeah, I think he's going to be a good asset to the squad.
Certainly looks like that. Just looking a little bit more in detail, Andy, at sort of the first goals. It's a free kick. As Jay said, could the keeper run a little bit more of it? I'm not. It's well placed by Luca. It's a tidy little finish. But Burton's equaliser, as Trace mentioned there, the sort of 3 stages to it, all of which are poor, of the amount of time which the Burton player has to cross it, the header, and then it seems to be right down Selina's throat, and he dives.
I didn't get that. I thought Slolina reacted poorly to it, to be frank. Mark Roberts did what every centre half should do. I used to play centre half in my youth, and if you make a mistake by not getting across the attacker and heading it clear, look for somebody to blame. Don't take it yourself. Look, start playing hell with everybody else. That's the way forward. I'm a bit worried about Tracy reincarnated. Norwood reincarnated. You got to be dead to be reincarnated, and I think he's still alive.
He's been injured all season though, and he's probably in pub. He'll not be watching this.
That's all right then, because I did worry a bit about him. I thought you were going to break some news. Well, that's a bit of a worry.
No, I don't want to break that he's not died, so no.
No, that's all right then. Poor lad. Yeah, I thought it shows you water the pitch and have a free kick that's a daisy cutter. It zipped off that surface into the bottom corner. Zipped. That's what you like. That's what you like to see, instead of trying to chip it aimlessly into goalkeeper's hands or blather it up at top and it go 10 yards off a crossbar. Yeah, it were a great free kick. Goalkeeper, I don't know what goalkeeper would do. He's been a good goalkeeper for them all season, so I'm told. But it was just a really, really good shot, I thought. And I think exactly what you've all said. What we've got to remember is we played Manchester United, and you said, Josh, chasing shadows, absolutely shattered. If it takes lactic acid at least, which forms in your legs when you've been exerting like that, about at least 48 hours to clear out of your system.
Oh, so science lesson this morning for everybody.
My son did a sports degree, remember? A sports science degree, so not that he's told me this, I'm just making it up now. You need to check your ducks, it might not even be true, but I'm not going to let science get it where a good
right,
story.
I did a sports science degree. You bang on, yeah, it's right that.
See? So lactic acid, all right, so lactic acid just gets cleared out of the system. So I think that, we can say, the professional athletes, they should get over it and all that, but your body can only do so much. So it's only just cleared out of the systems, and they're there again. And I think that's had a lot to do yesterday with us being lethargic to start with, and they looked leggy to me. Unlike Burton, who not had a game, but was zipping about, particularly there, as Ed Walker had said, their right wing back, that what's his name, Godwin Malifa. he was quick. Poor Corey O'Keefe at left back, which is not his natural position. It's not. I don't think Corey's slow, but their kid was like flipping lightning. So that causes a few bothers. Good goal to go in front. I don't think, only because I'm biased, I don't think they got a penalty. I thought he went down like they were a sniper. He might have gone, yeah, love, yeah. I just and down he went. But then again, Anthony got one for Man United by trailing his leg and going down like he'd been shot. So I think it were a bit of justice really for that. Obviously, if it were for Barnsley, I'd be infuriated that a penalty weren't.
What you won though from Brayford a few years ago?
Well, I was going to say
get away with one.
The icing on the cake with that incident is that Brayford got booked for it and all. So double justice. We had a penalty appeal turned down in our favour, and John Brayford got booked. So everybody's a winner if you're in a Barnsley shirt. So that was good. But yeah, I did think we looked leggy. I don't think we looked particularly in trouble. They had a lot of the ball, like Alan said, and I thought, don't blow it. Just don't blow it, because towards the end of last season, particularly, we had a series of games where we were in a decent position, and then with minutes to go through it away, and guess what happened? Player crosses it. Cooper Love up, beats Mark to it, and he moved quick, and I'm going to put it down to tired legs and all. But he shouldn't do that, and I had no idea what Gaga were doing. Like you say, it was straight at him. He should have been here, pat it down, nice and easy. And for some reason, he's diving for an imaginary ball. So for me, he's not. It came with a fanfare, and hopefully so. It's a lot of Chelsea spent a lot of money buying him. He's not covering himself in glory, in my view, at the minute. But one of them things. And then at the end, great goal. And Corey O'Keefe, I don't think had the best of games, but leggy legs, playing in the wrong position, lovely cross. And Humphreys, you can have some back. He did what Cooper Love did. Gets there, bump, have that, and a nice end to it. We were shouting and rotting. Nice end to it after the moans and groans that we've thrown it away yet again, like we did at home to Northampton. No, we didn't. As Alan put so eloquently, we got out of jail. Bit worrying to start because we got a couple of bookings early on. Josh Earl after a few minutes, and then partway through the first half, Mile got booked. You're thinking you don't need your two. Well, kick it ball away. You don't need two centre halves getting booked early on in the game. That's.
O'Keefe went first, and Andy in the first 10 minutes.
No,
I thought Earl got first one.
Earl got booked after 3 minutes.
Shoving him into advertising audience on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you saw it differently, Al, from your end at stadium.
Yeah.
Them eyes.
Old Trafford.
Them eyes back at Pirelli. It's hard to see.
Do you know what guts me more than anything else? It's not about yesterday's performance because we won. And if you, like you said, if you win when you're not playing, it's Alan. Where's the pink shirt, Alan? You should be rocking it, Alan.
On that note, I'll mention as well today, it's 6 years since we played Burton, and Stephen Croft had his heart attack. So it always seems to happen that we play Burton around this time. Yeah. And thanks to the emergency services as well for looking after Stephen.
I'll never forget how well Burton as a club and all the players on the pitch that day reacted. They were absolute stars. So I always had a soft spot for them because of that. 6 years feels like yesterday. A long time ago. 6 years.
It doesn't seem like 6 years, does it?
And it were also nice.
Helicopter flying into Oakwell.
Yeah. It were also nice yesterday to see a decent pitch. Because it weren't last year.
No, played them nice and early this time.
Yeah.
Al, in terms of Humphreys' equaliser, do you think there were a slight foul on their defender, or does it not matter when it's?
No, he looked like a salmon. Come on. It's nice to see a late winner. It makes a change from us. As I say, it was us who get the late equaliser away, so it makes a change. And I think there are only 3,800 there. It wasn't a big. We took a lot more than them, I'd say. But yeah, we're nice to go home in a thunderstorm with 3 points in the bag. And yeah, only sad news yesterday. We're seeing Jallo go off again.
Yes.
Really. It looks as though his shoulder popped again. I thought it was free kick. I thought he blocked him. Referee didn't get it, and when he pushed up off turf, you could see him. It was straight in front of us. It was really in agony, and he wanted to stop on. But I think it popped back in, his shoulder popped back in. So he's either going to be out for a while again or he's going to need some surgery to alleviate his problem that he's got.
Well, they put surgery off first time, didn't they? But I would imagine now that's probably convinced them to, because it looked like it certainly were out. From what I saw on the TV, it looked like it were out and then it went back in. But yeah, I would imagine they'll probably have to look at surgery now after that.
It reminds me of Andy Adam when he's come out 4 times against Wednesday and just kept coming in and out every 5 minutes because it fell out, then went back in, then we came back on, fell out, came back in. Feels like it's...
They tugged his shoulder to make it off, didn't they? When he went down by East Stand, running down on flank.
It's one of those awkward injuries because it can be something so minimal that re-aggravates it and brings it back to being a problem.
You don't want to see it happen to anybody, but you certainly don't want to see it happen to an 18-year-old.
No, I think you're probably right there, Tracy. It will, I imagine, given that it's happened so soon after coming back, that
yeah, I getting some stuff out here.
I know.
I'm a sports scientist. You're a lot of medics. Oh dear me! What a show!
So much medical advice going out from nobody that's trained in it. From no one that's trained in it as well. Fantastic. Get us some physio staff at Oakwell. But no injuries any week. Magic sponge art, cold ice packs, that'll do you. Crack on.
I'll tell you what, Josh, when me and Alan were young and playing, somebody come on with a magic sponge, especially in winter, you got up. Whether you broke your leg in 3 places.
Ice water and a sponge. There were no
way.
No, anyway, I'll just say on FanHub, Al got 11 out of 11.
Oh, you really sure, didn't you, Ali? Well, we were really talking about that.
That was seamless then, seamless. Just for those who don't know, Al, what does that mean?
I got 11 out of 11 on the FanHub, Bob.
11 out of 11 what?
Oh, come on.
Tell the people that don't care, Al. Tell
team
us.
selection. What more do you want? What's FanHub about? It's all about checking in at the stadium, as I do regularly.
And how many miles you've travelled? You got team selection bang on yesterday, so...
Well done, Al.
Well done. It sounds to me like not only have we given out medical advice, we've been out coaching advice to Darryl Clark on what side to pick and all.
Well, you know, if you've got it, use it.
I wish I'd stopped in bed now.
No, this is a riveting show for everybody involved. For lying on this one.
Get your advice here.
Yeah.
Go on, Al.
Tracy, do you...
Hold on. Anybody want to help with predicting lineup for Stockport County?
Not yet. Let's wait until the press conference have been done. We know what we can establish. Jallo's situation. Humphries can get more minutes under his belt this week at training. Might be able to see more rotation through it.
I know what's TV time as well. You know, it's one of them, isn't it?
It is. Tracy, do you think obviously we're sat third at the minute in the league? I think 3 points behind Wrexham, same points as Birmingham. Obviously, I think Birmingham are game now, but we've played so many games with Wrexham off the top of my head. So we are in net 3 points behind Wrexham at this point. A little bit of a false position given that we are one of the only sides that have played 7. But opening part of the season, just because everyone seems to be a little bit mixing it at the minute of how do you feel like we have done? Is it a little bit of we're sort of exceeding what the performances have been, or does it not really matter as long as we're winning?
We had this debate last year, didn't we, about does it matter because we were quite successful in playing sort of boring football. I suppose at least we're not playing boring football now. So that's something. I think the league, we're in third. I don't think many of us would have had it in third 6-7 games into the season. Yeah, we've done all right. I think we're yet to see the best of us. I don't think we've got sort of a naturally settled side. I still think, he's probably not sure of his the back three when Pines should be back next week. He'll have done his 2 games. A bit more medical there, concussion, we can do a bit more
concussion protocol. Go on, Tracy.
He's done his 2 games, so I guess he'll be back in contention. And so yeah, I don't think maybe Darryl Clark knows his best 11 or has had the chance to pick his best 11. Obviously Al knows because he'll have it on funnel, but Darryl don't know. But yeah, I think we're doing all right. Yeah, I think we'd take where we are. We've got now, I think, 3 really sort of big games. We've got obviously Stockport, we're flying to start with. Dropped off last couple of games, but and then Wickham, we're doing all right, and then obviously Huddersfield away. So they are all, up there now with us. And I suppose people would say, well, we haven't really played anybody any good. Having said that, Mansfield are well exceeding where we thought they would be because they're sort of up there as well. But yeah, I think the next 3 games are sort of key. We've got 2 home games and a big away derby. So maybe reflect after that. But I don't think we can moan at where we're at. I think we're doing all right.
Yeah, it just feels a little bit weird, Andy, because obviously there's been a few games as well where we've lost points. I mean, we've probably nicked some points at Lincoln, probably nicked some points yesterday, but then you get the Northampton game where we feel like we chucked to away with that just through mistakes. And I think, especially the goals against us, it's not necessarily been the opponents being better than us. It's just been little small not small mistakes, but big mistakes. And you're just like, oh, we've just made this harder for ourselves now.
We have made some mistakes at different times, different players at different times. And yeah, it's been a funny old season so far, and it's still new. I mean, the one game that we played extra was at home to Bristol Rovers, and we won. That's why we're up there. You can only play the games you play, and we won it. I'd sooner us play a game more and won it than not play a game more.
Yeah, look at Bolton last season.
Yeah.
Had 3 games in hand and didn't out with them.
Bolton this season until yesterday. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Sometimes we played well, sometimes we played not so well. I thought we started off all right against, apart from the first 15 or 20 minutes against Mansfield, but just couldn't score. We could have won that game 3 times, but couldn't score. Absolutely stole it at Lincoln. I don't know how that happened, but that's a good sign. Similar to yesterday, I thought we absolutely dominated the game against Northampton and snatched a draw from the jaws of victory. I don't know what the hell we were doing with that. And Bristol Rovers, again, we did as best, 1-0 up and looking good. Played really, really well. Again, tried to throw it away, but fortunately we threw it away in first half, so we had a chance in the second half to come back. We played well in that game. Stevenage were awful. I don't know what the hell we were doing at Stevenage. Absolutely no excuse for that display and the way we played. And I'm not going to talk about Man United anymore. So it's been up and down. Sometimes it's you said we're not sure what team we're going to play except Al, and the defence and goalkeeper needs sorting out because we can't keep making such mistakes at the back as we did this last week. We can't keep doing that. And Gagger's not doing himself any favours. He really ain't doing any favours. So up and down, but we're third, up and down and we're third. So, if we do click, then, and I suspect we will do, then it's all to the good. And I've said a few times, anybody can beat anybody. Huddersfield lost at home yesterday. So did Stockport. Games that you would, on paper or maybe not on grass, you'd expect them both to win, and they didn't. So they're our next 2 opponents. So maybe they'll be rattled and want to make a comeback against us, but maybe they won't. Maybe they've peaked. Nobody's got a divine right, nor even Birmingham have got a divine right to win this league or to win games. They've got to fight for it. And it would be lovely to win next 2 games.
You certainly would.
Particularly when Al's pretty in pink. I want to see Al pretty in pink again. I'm missing it.
Al, there's been plenty, as Andy's mentioned, there'll be quite a bit of chopping and changing that back line at the minute, which almost seems to be as problems going forward. We're all right now, given that we wanted to sign 17 strikers during the transfer window, but it feels like defensively, which at the time felt like we're starting from a better place of last season, but we've still got the same issues in which we did have last season of it being sort of individual mistakes and errors that are consequently leading to goals.
It is. I think communication is a problem at back as well. Personally, they should be talking to one another and telling them who's there and what's happening. And as it goes, what we're conceding, it seems as though there's nobody really strong enough to lead from the back. And you'd have thought Roberts would have been the one, and it don't seem to be working that way, does it? With MDG and Earl. So we take it as it is. We are where we are, and who would have thought it, as we all said. We're winning games when we shouldn't be winning games. And that's all about getting promoted, isn't it? If you're not playing well, you're pinching points. And as we said, we're only 3 points behind two who's really, you'd said we're up there at the end of the season, Birmingham and high-flying Wrexham. So just keep pushing. And I didn't see that result at Huddersfield yesterday. And it all goes well for us to go there and give them a game in Yorkshire at first Yorkshire derby, isn't it? So, yeah, really looking forward to that one. And it's a pink shirt day. So the pink shirt will be out for Huddersfield. If you want to go on the pink shirt.
Go on, sorry, go on, Al.
Go on, Tracy.
No, I was going to say, you do realise if we lose that game, that pink shirt will be banned for the season.
Bonfire night's coming, Tracy. Don't worry, bonfire night's coming. It's going on Guy Fawkes.
I like
do you know, Josh,
already.
He rails against the pink shirt. I'm not buying that. It's rubbish. There's no way on God's earth I'm ever buying that. So he buys it, wears it proudly, gives it large, and now he's going to burn it again. You're so fickle, Smithy. Fickle, I tell you.
Typical fan.
But you're right, Al, about it. It's Pink Day and it's for a good cause, and we've got a shirt to raffle off. So yeah, I'm sorry that I interrupted you because you're going to go a vital bit of promotion then. So go for it, Al.
Yeah, so as Al mentioned there, Huddersfield away, pink shirt day for breast cancer. We are raffling off a signed pink shirt. So if you are interested, the details will be in the description of how to. I think there are some posts on Facebook and Twitter about this already. What this what to do. I think it's £5 an entry.
Yeah.
That's correct.
£5 entry.
£5 entry. And then the draw will be done post Huddersfield game. It'll be done live on here, so everyone can see sort of how it's done to make sure it's done fairly. Right. I think that just about covers off everything from the Burton game. Get your thoughts of yesterday's game in the comments below. Yeah, we'd love to have a discussion about how you think we've done. Also, if you want to put some initial thoughts into this season, I know it's still early days to be judging the side and Darryl Clark, but what do you think to the opening portion of the season of how we've been? And yeah, we'll be back midweek with our Stockport County preview. As the Reds, another game on Sky. A Sky game, late kickoff on Saturday next week. We'll see you there, you Reds.